Nights. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to tonight's. If you can see me, you can hear me. Please let me see a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you were here and that you can see me. Well, it's Thursday and it's 8 p.m. and we are live. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. and we are live. Welcome. This is the weekly live webinar of the Advanced Lounge community every Thursday by 8 p.m. We are here, we are live, and we are doing this. And it's my joy and my privilege and my absolute honor to welcome you to an amazing session tonight. Thank you so much for being here. If you are here, you can see me and you can hear me. You know how we do this. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me see an emoji. Let me see a hello. Let me see a drum roll. Let me see fire emojis. Let me see your comment. Let me see something in the comment section. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here tonight. Hi, Rhoda. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to class. This is the weekly live webinar of the Advanced Lunch Community. Every Thursday at 8 p.m. sharp, we are here just for an hour. So, hi, Grace. Welcome to class. Good to have you here. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., we are here. Hi, Amaka. Welcome to class. Welcome. Yes, Grace is excited to be here. I'm excited as well. The excitement is contagious. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. For the next hour or so, we're going to be exploring a topic that you want to hear this one. You want to listen to this one. And every Thursday at 8 p.m. The Advanced Lounge brings you our weekly live webinars. That's the Advanced Lounge is a haven. It's a community of people who are learning, who are growing, who are becoming more valuable versions of themselves. We understand everybody wants change. You want change, I want change. Everybody seems to be sick and tired of goings on, and everybody wants change. And in fact, that is a legitimate want, even a need. But we understand that the change that we want to see, whether it's in our home, in our workplaces, in our communities, in our nation, in the world, the change that you want to see will have to start from you. So in the Advanced Lounge, the focus is on you. And the weekly live webinars are just one of our expressions where we get to equip ourselves. We understand that change, that process of going through that change of transformation, the process of transformation of change requires that you are equipped. It's a journey and it requires that you are equipped. And so the weekly live webinars are our way of equipping ourselves. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. for an hour or so, we come together to explore topics that will help us in focusing on ourselves, in bringing the change, in being the change that we want to see. And we understand that when we are able to equip ourselves, then we become more valuable, then we become superior and higher versions of ourselves. Then we are able to contribute effectively in every space that we find ourselves. You are not someone that can just be done away with, but you need to equip yourself. You need to keep building yourself. You need to keep going through that process of transformation, of becoming higher and higher every day. I know you have been doing well, but there is a call to go higher, to do better, to be more. And so that is what we are doing here. So the Advanced Lounge is brings you these weekly live webinars, and this is just one of the expression of the Advanced Lounge. We have courses, we have materials, we have resources, we have tools, we have everything. And our overarching aim and objective is to enable you to go on your journey of life in a more purposeful manner. Too many people are just doing anyhow, going anywhere, doing anyhow. But we understand that to be able to impact our world, to be able to bring the potential that we have to bear, we must go through that process. And this is what we do in the Advanced Lounge. These sessions are free and they are open to everyone. So if you are here, please share the link. You got the link somehow. That's how you joined, right? Please share the link with your family members, with your loved ones. Share the link with your colleagues. Share the link with your neighbors. Everybody you know needs to hear these things. Everybody you know needs to build capacity. In fact, you are only as strong as the weakest link in your circle. So it is not you are not doing that person a favor. Actually, you are doing yourself a favor when you and your circle gets to listen and hear the same things, that you are hearing, so that you can grow together. Thank you so much for being here. I see all your comments. Auntie Lydia, thank you for being here. Gambo, thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Tracy Akpera. I'm a personal success coach, and my job, I love my job. My job is to show you the possibilities that exist. Many people, too many people in fact, are not aware. They are not open to the possibilities that are that are open to them. But I'm here to tell you that there are levels, there are higher grounds for you to go. There are territories for you to take. There are grounds for you to cover. See that there is much more than where you are now. Where you are, that cannot be it. And I'm here to show you the possibilities that exist for you, but not just that, to help you to begin to navigate from where you are now to where you want to be. Fasten your seatbelts. We are about to get into the topic of the evening, and we're going to look at stop living by default and start living by design. Stop living by default and start living by design. That's what we're going to be looking at tonight. Too many people are living by default, just anyhow. Anything goes. Let's just see how it goes. Stop it. So we're going to look at how do we actually stop living by default and start living by design. Are you ready? Let me write the comment section. Let me see your emoji. Let me see something that it shows that you are ready. Are you ready for tonight? And disclaimer before we start. This weekly live webinar, they sometimes look as if it's an attack or an affront, or we're attacking your sensibilities. No, that is not. That is so far from the objective of the classes. Of course, we're going to want to show you where you are at, and then begin to show how do we navigate, how do we do better, how do we move, and where do we go from here. So nothing is personal in these sessions, but just be open, come humble and ready to learn. Let me see your comments. Are you ready? Are you ready for tonight? Let me see your comments in the comment section. Awesome. I see you. Hi, peace. I see everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so most people, many people, and when I say many people, I'm not excluding myself. For a long time, I was one of those people. For a very long time, I was one of those people that we just wake up one day and we just take our time, we just go with the flow. But the thing is that many people do not actually decide that, okay, this is the life I'm going to live, where I'm just coasting. I'm just on autopilot, this life that anything, let's just see how it goes, let's it's one day at a time, all those funny things that we tell ourselves. But the truth is that not many people, or many people do not actually wake up and say, oh, this is the life that I want to live. I just want to live a life that is. No, it happens quietly. It happens slowly. It even happens subtly. Sometimes you may not even know that somehow you have slipped into that mode, but it happens, and it comes quietly, it comes slowly, and one compromise there, one delay there, one I will do it later there, one procrastination here, and one comfort zone there, and somehow somehow we find ourselves in that place where we are practically living by default. We are practically living, we're just coasting and just allowing the flow, living with the flow. It's not as if you wake up, you go to work, you come back, you go to church, you come back, you do this, but that is all there is. It's like you can close your eyes and your life just happens. There is minimal or no effort at all, but life is just going and you're just coasting along with it. And if you ask many people, actually many people desire a lot of good things. Many people have very good goals, they have very good plans. Many of us, we want greatness, we want impact, we want we want influence, we want wealth, but the real problem is that we are not now gathering ourselves to intentionally position for the things that we say we actually want. And this is the problem, is that we've been living by default. There is no design, there is no plan. We just whip things. We just have things in our head that, oh, I want this, I want this. But there is no actual, there's no actual plan on ground that will take you from point A to point B. So tonight, this is what we are exploring. How will we begin to break out of that autopilot and begin to step into intentional, structured, and purpose guided living? This is living by design. How do we begin to step out of living by default? That autopilot, that's allowing the wind or the waves of life just carry us. If you like to imagine with me, like there is a ship on the sea, on the high seas, and there is no one controlling it. I hope you know that that ship will be going, because the waves, the waters will be carrying that ship anywhere, and somehow the ship it will arrive somewhere. But then contrast that with another ship that has a captain, and the captain is being guided by instruments, and is charting its course. That captain will steer that ship to arrive somewhere, and not just anywhere, at an already predetermined location. So this is the difference. One is living by default and the other is living by design. So how do we break out of living by default and then begin to live by design? Welcome to class. We are just about to get started now. Welcome to class. So, as I said before, living by default is not something that you intentionally choose. If you ask many people, in fact, they may not even agree with you. But these classes are so that you can begin to really have some honest conversations with yourself. I always say that the worst kind of deception is don't deceive yourself. The worst kind of deception is self-deception. Tell yourself the truth. Normalize having conversations with yourself and tell yourself the truth. And so this session tonight is so that you can begin to gauge yourself. It is not an attack. It is not to shame you. It is not any of those. It is just so that you can begin to have an honest conversation, gauge yourself. What's going on? These reviews, many people don't sit down to say, what's going on in my life? But you have to normalize it. And so you begin to, by the things that you are hearing tonight, you begin to gauge yourself and say, where am I? Where am I? And if there was ever a good time, now is as good time as any. The year is coming to an end. It's time when many people will take stock of their lives and all that. Although I'm not for this, I'm not for end of year. Just at every point in time, you keep doing the right thing. But the message is coming to you now. So you have to do with it what you should do with it. And so you begin to gauge yourself and you begin to recalibrate and say, this is where I am and this is where I want to be. And then we'll begin to chart a course going forward. So living by default, many people do not consciously go and choose that, oh, this is the life I want to live. No, it is a life that is built by habits, is built from habits, from circumstances, from fear, even survival, and then from external expectations. And so all of this contribute, and then the person, not you, the person is just allowing their lives to be controlled by these variables, and then they just find themselves coasting along, just going with the flow and just going, let this easy does it kind of life. So what are some things that shape the life that is living by default? Many times because we do not put any thought into it, we continue to live on yesterday. What happened? It's not futuristic. A life of living a life by default is not futuristic. We have this thinking of yesterday, of how it was, how we've been doing it. Have you ever met somebody say, let's try something? You say, no, this is not how this is not how we do, this is not how we used to do it, this is not how we used to do it. And so a life that is hinged on yesterday, Now knowledge, in fact, the way things are changing, the way things are changing, you have to keep up. If not, because you are relying on yesterday's thinking and yesterday's information and knowledge, you will find out that without you even being conscious of it, you have slipped into living by default. So one of the characteristics of a life of someone living by default is that they operate based on yesterday's thinking. This thing, it brings a story to mind. When we're in secondary school, when we're in secondary school, right? In SS3, the students used to bring their people doing food and not food and nutrition, we bring all their cooking gear. They have stove, they have pots, they have everything. They even bring food items, rice and all the condiments. Me, I was offering agrico, so nothing concerned us with cooking. So the ladies doing food and not, they brought all those things. Then one day, they now say that let's cook rice. We're on extension in SS3. They now say let's cook rice in the hostel. Hey, people will come and see something. Everybody had an idea. Oh, in my house, this is not in my house. They don't used to wash the rice before they cook. In my house, they don't used to do this. Everybody had an idea. Everybody was bringing something, and it was just the whole cooking was just a whole mess because everybody was bringing an idea of how they used to do it. And as I was trying to make the point that we are relying on yesterday's information on how we used to do it. That how you used to do it, it won't cut it anymore. Please let me write in the comment section. It won't cut it anymore. That how you used to do it, right? Or how your parents or how somebody used to do it, it won't cut it anymore. Relying on yesterday's thinking, relying on everything, yesterday's knowledge, information, when things are moving so fast, it won't cut it. There are a lot of things that we need to shift. We need to, if you intentionally shift, if not, we'll run into problem. If not, we run into the risk of slipping into living by default. Another characteristic is that the person's life is shaped by reaction, not intention. A lot of us react. Oh, this thing is happening, you react. Oh, this thing is happening. Oh, something is happening. We are always reacting. A person living by default will always react because there is no intentionality. Remember, the person, and I want you to keep that image at the back of your mind. The person is at best is in that ship, is just moving along the water. So if something hit the ship, it is then that they'll begin to react to what is happening, rather than the other person who is living by design is watching, is planning. And I will get into that. Let me not get ahead of myself. So the person living by default is shaped by reaction, not intention. Because wherever life pushes, that's where we are going. Wherever life pushes, if they say they are going like this, we are going like that. If they say, oh, let's go like this, you go. That's how the person goes, because there is no intention. It is just anything goes. And that is a marking of a person living by default. And for that person as well, it's all about routine. It's all about routine. There is nothing the person is looking forward to. And get this thing is backed by research, that over 95% of people are just living. There is no destination in mind. Please let me write your name and ask yourself, where are you going? And we will break these things down. God help us with time. Write your name and ask yourself, where are you going? Tracy, where are you going? Too many of us don't know where we are going. It is a clear sign of a person living by default, where there is no vision, where there is no destination, where there is nothing, there is no picture, there is nothing that you are working towards. Another marking of a person living by default is that urgency. They are always being acted upon, because everything is always urgent, because there was no plan, there was no intention. So all of a sudden, everything becomes urgent. I know when we look at the square, they call it the Eisenhower It is that square that talks about urgent and important, how you are able to categorize your activities and be able to deal with them accordingly. When you allow things to become urgent and important, it means that when they were not urgent but important, you didn't attend to them, and it's a sign of a person who is living by default. I'll give you an example. We all know that our health is important, right? So right now we are all healthy, we are all fine. So your health falls into the box called not urgent but important. So now there is nothing, you are not sick, you are not on a hospital bed. So your health, is important, right? But it's not urgent. It means that you should have a plan to keep you to maintain a good health. But somebody who is living by default doesn't do anything about that until it now moves from urgent and important. That means that something has happened. Now there's a health care, there is a problem, then it becomes urgent and important, then they begin to act. So the person who is living by default has too many things that are urgent, and it replaces the important. But living by design make sure that you are in that square called important but not urgent. So you are able to plan. There is nothing that is urgent. It's important, it's important, so you are able to plan. So another marking of a person who is living by default is that there are always urgent things, because there was never a plan when those things were important but not urgent until it became urgent and important. That is another sign. Another sign is that decisions are made for comfort, for convenience. Everything is about convenience. If you like comfort too much, it's a sign. And I used to be there. I've shared my story 1,000 times. I used to be there. I'm that person that did not like any stress, did not like any inconvenience. I don't like any stretch. I want stressless life. It's a marking of a person that is living by default. Default is all these things put together, and you want to begin to gauge yourself, because as I said before, you will find yourself in one or two or more, but that does not mean that that is the end of it, because there is hope. Let me write the comment section. There is hope. There is a way out, but we must begin to act right now. And there are some symptoms. Many times, many people are waking up tired even after they have slept. There's all kinds of exhaustion. It is also a symptom of a person living by default. Many times, too many people are saying, I'll do it later, I'll start later, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next tomorrow. We are always putting off things, is also a symptom. Another is that we settle. Anything, whatever, anything goes, whatever goes, is a sign that you are living by default. Another is that we let our jobs control everything about us. Please listen to this one and listen to it very well. Your job controls everything about your life. Everything revolves around your job. It is a sign, it's a symptom. You need to draw back and you need to look at it. And another symptom is that chaos feels normal. So there's always something. We are almost always on the move. It's a sign that you need to look. And even when you are trying to apply yourself and grow, I've seen this again and again, that that you need to do something, you need to apply yourself, you need to give yourself a chance to be able to go on that personal growth journey, but you feel overwhelmed. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. Oh, I don't have time. Oh, this one happened. It's another symptom. And the last one I will mention before we move forward is that you rarely ask hard questions about your life. I was also very, very much in this one. We don't like hard questions. We don't like hard questions. They make us uncomfortable, so we rather not ask them. You are doing yourself a disservice. You are doing yourself a disservice, because it is when you ask questions, and it comes from culture, it comes from conditioning, societal, family conditioning, where we don't ask questions. And because you don't ask questions, you don't find answers. And many people are going about, they are comfortable and okay with that. We don't ask hard questions. We don't want to sit ourselves down and ask ourselves hard questions. You need to. And if you don't, if you are uncomfortable with that, then it's a sign. It's a huge sign that you are living by default. So I want to ask you, and you don't need to answer me, which part of your life, is running on autopilot right now? Which part of your life? And you don't need to put the answer in the comment section, or you may if you want to, but it's something for you to think about. Is your life running on autopilot? As I was mentioning all these things, did you see yourself in all, one or two or more, or all of them? Then it's time for us to really do something. As I said, this doesn't spell doom. It doesn't spell the end. It is so that we are able to gauge ourselves, be able to find where am I right now, and then begin to see what do I need to do to begin to move forward. So before we do that, how do we live life by design? Living life by design, it means that you have a clear direction. You know where you are going. It means that you have structure. It means that you have intentional systems that shape your life, and all is towards a desired future. Remember, I gave that example with that ship. The captain, or the person steering the ship, is steering the ship to a predetermined location. It's very much like when you board a plane. You are going from Abuja to Lagos. The pilot knows that he is going to steer that plane to land you in Lagos. If the pilot steers that plane to take you to Maiduguri, there is something wrong. And so that is living life by design. It is that there are structures, there are intentional systems, and everything is so that you are guiding your life towards a desired future. What is that desired future for you? In doing the work that I do, I've seen that many of us do not have, many of us are unable to articulate what that desired future looks like for us. And it's not about, oh, I want a great life. Oh, I want a good life. Oh, I want, no, you need to be able to say exactly that. And I said a predetermined destination, a predetermined location, a predetermined place, a predetermined future. And so the person who is living by design makes decisions from because they are clear, not because of what is going on around them. A person who is living by design makes decisions because they are clear about who they are, and I'm going to go into that, about who they are and where they are going. They also choose their path. They choose their path. Many of us, a path was chosen for us, and then we just, or many of us, is the society, the environment chooses a path for us, and we just follow it. It is a person who is living by design chooses their path. It's not they choose, you even create a path. A person who is living by design lives by alignment. There is something higher. It is not just about, oh, let me survive today. A person who is living by default, just trying to survive. Let's see how we can just survive, or let's just take one day at a time. No, not for the person living by design. The person living by design is living by something higher. They are aligned to something higher. Their money, their time, their relationship, everything about a person living by design, everything, their money, their time, their relationships, their habits, everything about them serves a direction. Everything about them is coming together towards going to a specific direction. A person who is living by design builds the systems that will increase their potential, and they are proactive. I said the person living by default, they react, but not so. The person living by design is proactive. That is why they are operating in that box called not urgent but important, or in other words, important but not urgent, because they are proactive. They know what's important, and so they are ahead of it. They are planning against it. So living by design is living life from inside out, from inside you out. But many of us are living life from outside in. And why is it that so many people are caught up in this place of living by default? Because there are many things that are blocking us. There's the fear of clarity. Because when you are clear about something, it demands responsibility, and many of us are not ready to be held accountable. Many of us are not ready to be held accountable for our lives. We prefer, oh, I want to blame Buhari. I blame my parents. They didn't do what they were supposed to do 40 years ago. I blame the exchange rate. I blame. Many of us do not want to take responsibility. And that responsibility comes from a place of clarity. When you know where you are going, it just dumps the responsibility and ownership on you. And many of us don't want that. And so that is why we'd rather, and I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking from personal experience, and I know, having interacted with many people in the course of, the programs in the advanced one, I've seen it firsthand that many of us don't want to own up. We don't want to take that responsibility. So it's like, let me not even know. Let me not even bother to know what is expected of me. If I don't know, then it's easy for me to just abdicate responsibility. So fear of clarity is one of the reasons why people continue to stay stuck in that default mode. Another is survivor mentality. We have been programmed that it's just to survive. And I understand survival. I understand that we have to live the life. But I'm here to tell you that, is there something higher than that? Is there something more? Can we have it better? But one of this survival mentality, it keeps us stuck in that place of living life by default. And many of us, we are overwhelmed. So we avoid anything that would even task us to the place of, oh, let's go and see if there is anything. We'll rather, let me just manage. See, my life is already okay the way it is. This small one that I have, let me just manage it. And so we are overwhelmed. We don't want to even consider it. And so we stay stuck in that place. And I always say, why are you in a corner? Please let me write in the comment section, write your name and ask me, why are you in the corner? When there is the whole world as your stage, why are you in a corner? Why are you satisfied with just being in default mode? Another thing that keeps us in default is comfort zones. Because we are more comfortable with the one. Nobody knows what the future holds. I don't even know what the future holds. Let me just hold this one that I have. It's good. It's good to hold the one that you have. But can you open your mind to the possibilities that exist? Can you open your mind to see the possibilities that exist for you, to see that what you have is just a starting point? Send me right in the comment section, I'm just getting started. This is the mindset that you must have. I'm just getting started. It doesn't matter whether anybody in your lineage has never done it, whatever it is. It doesn't matter whether anyone from your village, anyone around you, it doesn't matter. You are a trailblazer. You can shatter the ceiling. Who put the ceiling there? So let us stop being okay in the corner when there is the whole world is your stage. Another reason why we stay stuck in default is cultural programming. They tell us, just manage, just survive. Just manage, just survive. It's good, but we must begin to open our minds that is limiting, that is keeping us. When the possibilities are endless, the possibilities, like, they will blow your mind. There is nothing that you are incapable of doing. There is nothing. You need to first of all open your mind to the possibilities, and then we'll begin to navigate going forward. Another thing that keeps people in that place is past disappointment. Maybe you tried before, it didn't work and all that, but now is the time. Please let me write in the comment section. Now is the time. Now is the time for us to come out of that default zone and begin to create intentional systems and structures that will take us to a desired location. Please let me write in the comment section, now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. I know that many people avoid living by design, because they fear discovering who they really are. Hi, peace. Welcome to class. Yes, you are a trailblazer. Nothing is stopping you. Nothing and no one except you. Nothing and no one is stopping you except you. So I said this is the time to stop living by default. Stop going with the flow and start crafting intentionally the life of your dreams. Start crafting intentionally the life of your dreams. And then we're going to break down a a framework that I want to you to be guided by. We're going to break down a framework that you'll be guided by. How then do I begin to live my life by design? So we're going to look at a framework right now. How do I begin to live my life by design? I've lived this life by default for 20 years, for 30 years. Now I'm 40, now I'm 50, now I'm more. Where do I start from? How do I begin to live a life by design? And I always say the best time was yesterday. The next best time is right now. Don't even wait till the end of the year. Some people say, let me enter the new year. Don't wait. Why are you waiting for tomorrow when you can start today? And so we're going to be looking at 5 pillars. We're going to be looking at the framework, and it has 5 pillars. The first thing is that vision is greater than survival. Vision. Please let me write in the comment section, vision. Vision. You know how when you say vision, your eyes see, right? Now you are looking at me. You can see maybe in the room. If you are sitting in a room, you can look around. You can see around you, but your eyes cannot see the compound outside where you are, right? Because your vision, your eye, your sight is limited to see the immediate. But then there is the vision that sees far into the future. You need to have it. This is one of the things, this is one of the foundations upon which you will build a life of design. This is the foundation that you will build your life by design. Vision creates direction. Many people don't know, they are not going anywhere because they don't know where to go. Please let me write in the comment section, not me. Not me. On our seller store, we have a guide for creating your vision, your mission, and your core values. You need to have it, your own personal vision. I know you work in an organization or you are affiliated to an organization and they have vision, they have mission, they have core values. You too, you should have your personal vision. Where in your mind, where are you going to? That vision creates direction, but you need it so that you can keep navigating, so that every of your action, your choices, your decisions, your inaction, everything is geared towards that desired location. Remember, please keep the picture of the ship like SHIP, the ship on the water, in your mind. This ship, you are the one steering it, and you must have a place. The pilot does not enter the plane and say, okay, let me see, where do I want to go today, and then he starts flying. No, the pilot has flight plans. He has charted a course going from location A to location B. That is how you must live your life. You must have vision. Without a vision, your life feels like movement, but you are not making progress. And unfortunately, this is the story of many people. Your vision is your North Star. You know, when you have a compass, there is a direction. Your vision provides, this is where you are supposed to be going to. But if you don't have it, how do you know where are you going? Your vision tells you what to say yes to. This is why we are saying yes to everything. Yes to you go everywhere, you do everything, because there is nothing guiding you. There is nothing that is giving you direction. Your vision also, very importantly, helps you to know what to say no to. I always say that it is not everything that is good that is right for you. You can write in the comment section. It's not everything that is good that is right for you. Your vision helps you to say yes to the things you need to say yes to, and to be able to say no to the things that you need to say no to, and be all right. and you will say no, and you'll be okay, you'll be all right, nothing is missing, nothing spoil. Your vision also helps influences a lot of your habit, your spending, the environment where you find yourself, the way you dress. Your vision is your guide, is your guiding star, is your north star, is the one that guides you and puts you on the right direction. So I'm asking you, everyone on this call, and everyone who will catch a replay later, what picture are you building towards? What picture are you building towards? You need to answer the question. And if you're ready to start building by design, this is where you need to start from. What is your vision? Where are you going? The second pillar, and I'm so mindful of time, I don't know where the time is running to. The second pillar, for you to create a life to have a life by design, to live a life by design, is that you need to have clarity of self. You can't design a life you don't understand. And unfortunately, many people don't understand nothing about them. We make it a point of duty to know everything about everyone. If I ask you about everybody, you know everything, you know their temperament, you know what triggers, you know everything about them, but you don't know anything about yourself. You can't design a life you don't understand. So your first job is to understand, who am I? You must know your patterns. You must know your weaknesses. You must know your strengths. You must know your triggers. You must know your needs. You must know your desired identity. Who are you? You must have a clear understanding of yourself. And this is why I say you are the most important piece of your life. See, an understanding of this will help you to also position yourself in relationship, in relating with others. So it is very important. And in crafting your direction, in crafting your path towards your desired direction, you need to understand yourself. And in planning a life by in creating a design, a living your life by design, it is so expedient, it is so important, it affects every aspect of your life. So it is important that you begin to move out of living by default and begin to live by design. By your design, you are the one that has the responsibility to craft, and I'm giving you guidelines on a framework on how you can begin, right away, to begin to craft that life by design. So the first thing is your vision. The second thing is clarity of self. This third one, very important, and many of us treat it anyhow, is that we don't make intentional money decisions. We don't make intentional money decisions. You must learn. It is part of living by design. Money is not everything, but money plays an important role. And in fact, we have learned to center all our decisions and everything around money, and yet we are not intentional in handling it. And I like to say that this money is a tool for design. Money is a tool. You are building a life by design, right? Money is a tool for that design. Money is a tool for that design. So you'll be intentional in deploying it in such a way that it works for you. Many people don't have money problems. Many people have clarity problems. You must be intentional enough to tell your money where to go. If you are living your life by design, it is very clear from your bank account. And many of us take these things for granted, but we really shouldn't. In preparing for Beyond the Paycheck course, so Beyond the Paycheck course is it's coming up in the next few weeks, I think 2 weeks or so. The course is from the 7th of December to the 9th. And in preparing for that course, it was just coming to me again and again that we have made all our decisions around what we earn, the salary that we have, the paychecks that come in. Many times they the only consideration, not only the primary consideration, the only consideration for everything that we do, it's about the salary that is coming, the paycheck that is coming in, and yet we are not intentional about it. So it's kind of like ironic, because everything, this paycheck, this salary, it determines everything about what we do, and yet we are not intentional in deploying the resources. And so in the beyond the paycheck course basically is a call to a higher action, that can we, whilst your paycheck is important, whilst the money is an important tool for living by design, but there is a higher call. There is a call to look beyond that paycheck. There is a call to us to begin to consider, is this all that there is to my life? And I'm here to remind you again that this is not all that there is to your life. There is more. But we have been groomed to stop and at the paycheck, that this is it. This is all. This is the highest thing. I'm here to remind you that there is more. Because when we make our lives all about the paycheck, then we are trapped we are trapped in a cage, in a loop. Our lives are basically about work, earn, spend, repeat. That is all. So you work, you earn money, you spend it, and then you repeat. And then we go on year in, year out, until we are growing older. And then they say retire at 35 years. And that is another story. I'm not for retirement. People say plan for retirement. I say plan for life. And so this is the endless, caught up in that endless loop. And then this is what our life's about. I'm here to remind you that there is more. Please let me write in the comment section that there is more. There is more. Please let me write in the comment section, there is more. There is more than that. There is more to your life. And that's why I'm inviting you to join the Beyond the Paycheck course, that we will have the conversations that will shift you from just surviving, from just this is what my life is about. The conversations will shift you from survival to begin to think bigger, to expand your mind, to begin to think significance, to begin to think impact, to begin to think fulfillment, to begin to think about all the things that nobody ever told us about. These conversations were never had. They were never even assumed. We were told that this is it. Get a job, work at your job, retire after 35 years, and then what? So these are conversations that we are having. It's conversation that should have been had but were never had, that we must begin to have. And so I'm inviting you to Beyond the Paycheck course. The course is from the 7th of December to the 9th of December. You get 3 days of absolute transformation. But in addition, we are throwing in a lot of additional perks. We have the Play to Win, not just to get by workbook. We have Beyond the Paycheck course worksheets. There are all kinds of bonuses that are added, and you get the course right now at the early bird offer for 14,999 instead of 24,999. So the early bird offer closes on November the 30th. That's just 3 days from now. So you really want to grab this offer. We have the cost is coming to you at 14,999 instead of 24,999, and then you get additional benefits that are worth over 100,000. So you really, really want to get in on this. And it is my special invitation to you that we need to begin to think beyond survival. Every day they hustle, beyond every day they hustling. We begin to think beyond these things, to begin to say, this my life, this my one life that I have. What is more for me? And then you begin to create a strategy that moves you personally from survival to significance and impact. The links are in the comment section, so please go ahead, get the information, and please register for the course. It's just 15,000, and 15,000 is not here or there for you. It's not up to one pizza that you will buy. So get in on the course. You must learn to invest in yourself. It's not buying of hair and makeup. And learn to invest in yourself. so that you can take yourself and position yourself at a higher level to be able to access higher possibilities and higher opportunities. Awesome. Okay, so we have looked at we are looking at the building a life by design, and we're looking at the 5-step framework. We have looked at, first of all, you need to have a vision. Second is that you need to have clarity of self. And third is that you need to begin to make intentional money decisions. Yes, one of the additional things that we're doing in that course is to begin to look at the paycheck that you have. How do we begin to make it to work for us? That is an additional thing that we're bringing in into the course. So you really want to get in on that course at this early bird offer. It makes a whole lot of sense that you take the early bird offer and get in on that course. And we're going to spend more time in the course looking at how do we make intentional money decisions. What should we be doing? What should we be ditching, and what should we be doing? And how do we really put ourselves ahead so that we can make all these things to work for us? So that's the third pillar. We've looked at first, vision; second, clarity of self; third, making intentional money decisions; and then fourth is that you need systems and structure. Please let me write in the comment section, systems and structure. You need systems and structure. Many times, especially when you attend a class like this, you'll be motivated. I know now you are motivated. You are hearing things where like, let me go, let me begin to do better. But motivation is just gets you started. What you need is a system that helps you to remain consistent. And that is what many of us lack. We don't have systems. And so we can start. In fact, at the beginning of the year now, you see a lot of people, they have New Year resolutions. Research shows that in the first month or so of the new year, gym registrations are like at 90% high. Gym registrations and gym attendance are like 90%. But by month 2, excuse me, by month 2, gym attendance drops to as low as 26% by month 2. So many of us start, we have motivation, we motivate ourselves. Motivation cannot carry you through. What you need is a system. What you need is to create a structure that helps you. So there are all kinds of, structures that you need to create for yourself. But everything is, you need a personal growth system. And a personal growth system, I love personal development. I love personal growth because it is not a one thing. You see, as you are a human being, you are a person, you are a multi-dimensional human being. Personal growth ensures that you are attending to all the different aspects of your life and you are not leaving anything out. So you create a personal growth system that takes care of your mental transformation, that takes care of your physical health, that takes care of your spiritual growth, that takes care of your relationships, that takes care of your career, your hobbies, your wealth management. You have a system. You have a system that takes care of every aspect of your life. That system enables you to be able to go on that journey and to continue going. Many people start because they are motivated, but guess what? It is a system that helps you to continue to go, and system beats motivation, it beats inspiration. There are some days, let's just be real. There are some days that you won't feel like it. You will be motivated to start, but there are some days you will feel like it. Do you know what gets you through those days? When you have a system. So in living a life by design, not by default, you need you need a system. You need structures. This is what enables you to keep going even on the days that you don't feel like it at all. Even on the days that you don't feel like it at all. And the last pillar we're going to be talking about, the last pillar is execution and accountability. The last pillar for building a life by design, we've spoken about vision, we've spoken about clarity of self, we've spoken about intentional money decisions, we've spoken about systems and structures. Now, the last pillar, when you want to build a life by design, you want your life to be by design, you want to ensure that every step you are taking is leading you to a predetermined location, is that you need to be executing, but not just executing, you need accountability. I always say, you see, accountability Accountability is the hack of you getting your results. Many of us, we lack accountability. We don't have any system of accountability. So anything goes. Please let me write in the comment section. Anything doesn't go. It doesn't work that way. You can't live a life where anything goes and there is nobody, there is no system of accountability. In fact, if you meet anybody, man or woman, boy or girl, that doesn't have a system of accountability, that person is a danger to themselves and a danger to everybody. Run away from them. You must create accountability. You must be part of an accountability system. When living by design means nothing if you don't have disciplined action. So you can have all your frameworks in place. You can go now and go and do your vision, create your vision statement. You have that in place. You can even go the next step further. You know yourself. You have clarity of who you are dealing with yourself. You are able to deploy your money. You have curated systems and structure. But if there is no execution, if there is no disciplined action, you have nothing. And many of us fall short in this place because we are not ready to take action. Please let me write the comment section. Results follow action. Please let me see your comment in the comment section. Results follow action. You must take action. Without action, you are nothing. Without action, nothing is moving, nothing is happening. You must take action. So you need to be executing, but you also need an accountability system. And this was the reason why we created the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. We have in the advanced lounge, we have a 12-week mentoring and coaching session, coaching program that runs for 12 weeks, where we take the participants through a structured system that they can be growing into it. In that system, everything we are doing line upon line, precept upon precept, so that the participants, the boot campers, can find themselves in their journey. They are able to track and say, I was here, now I'm here. They have the system, they have the structure, they have the support to enable them to take clear and consistent and structured action towards the life of their dreams. Accountability is key. The Be More Accountability Bootcamp for 12 weeks, we are doing that. We just concluded the 2025 cohort 3. This year, we ran 3 cohorts of the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. That is 12 weeks in three cohorts. And we just concluded, I think, last week. And in the new year, that will come up again. So you want to prepare yourself for such an opportunity. Be part of an accountability system. Accountability is what helps you. In fact, there was a Harvard research that I saw that they said that people that were part of an accountability system were able to execute on their goals by up to 95%. 95% is good odds. I'll take those odds. I'm sure you will too. So get yourself into an accountability system. The Beyond the Paycheck course will also provide us an opportunity to be a part of an accountability system. One of the perks that we have for that course, not just you go through 3 days of the course, you have all the additional things, but also we are going to have a 30 days post-course support group so that you can be part of an accountability system to begin to execute on the things that you will learn in the course. So please get in on Beyond the Paycheck course. We've said that Beyond the Paycheck is happening from December 7th to the 9th, and for just 14,999, which is the early bird offer, you can get in on that course, and you have additional perks worth over 100,000 naira. So you want to get in. It's going to be you're going to have accountability as part of that system as well. So you need accountability, you need to be doing reviews, you need structures, you need monitoring, you need support. And so in the advanced lounge as a whole, as a system, we have that. But for it to be more focused on you, you need to get into the smaller group, which is the Be More Accountability Bootcamp. But before that is next year. Before then, join the Beyond the Paycheck course. We're going to have accountability in that system as well. So I want to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Are you ready for my question? Are you ready for my question? I want to ask you a question, and I want you to pause and I want you to answer that question. If your future self could speak to you today, what would they beg you to stop settling for? I want to pause and I want you to let the question enter your spirit. If your future self could speak to you today, my future self, maybe my 50-year-old self, if my 50-year-old self could speak to me today, so you can describe your future self. If your future self could speak to you today, what would they beg you to stop settling for? So pause, seller, and then then you answer yourself. And if you feel led to, you can drop your comment in the comment section. What would your future self beg you to stop settling for? The reality is that we need to stop settling. A lot of us have settled. We have embraced what we call stability in quote to error. That is, we have allowed that stability to now be, we are now consumed and subsumed by stability. We don't want any stretch. We are not challenged. We are not challenging ourselves. We are not creating an avenue where we are part of a system that challenges us to any extent. And you must understand that living by design is not just that, oh, after this class, oh, I heard Coach Tracy speak, so I'll go and start living by design. It is beyond. It is a decision, yes, but beyond a decision, it is a skill. And you need to know exactly what you're doing. And that is part of the reason why we created the Beyond the Paycheck course. It is to help you to develop, to have that personal system and that strategic direction that will enable you to live intentionally. Intentional living is not only about the paycheck, it's not only about your salary. I've seen this thing too many times. It is a reality that I'm currently, like, in the space where I am. I see it every day. People's lives are basically about their salary, about their paycheck. Like, for the life of them, they cannot, in any circumstance, imagine a life where they were not having that salary or that paycheck. And I'm here to say that that is the bar. You have set the bar too low. You have set the bar too low. Making your life all about your salary, you've set the bar too low. Can we take it higher? Can we please take the bar higher? And this is why I say the Beyond the Paycheck course is a call to higher action. So please get into the course. I've said that the course is for 3 days, but the additional bonuses that you get to enjoy over 100,000 naira. So please take advantage and get into the course. I can't wait to see you. Remember that the early bird offer for Beyond the Paycheck course ends on November the 30th. So we have just 3 days to go. So this is your time. This is the time to grab this offer and get in on the class. The class itself starts on December the 7th to the 9th for 3 days, but we have all kinds of, so many mouth-watering additional perks that you get to take away for this price that is a steal. So I look forward to having you in Beyond the Paycheck course. So I'll leave you with this thought. You were not created to be drifting. You were not created and put in this world to just be drifting, anything goes, anywhere goes. No. You were also not born to just be surviving. You were here with you are in this world. You came by design. You came by design. The God created you and put you in this world. You were not an afterthought. You came into this world by design, and you came with, inside of you came with a design. There is huge potential inside of you, and I always say that the whole world is waiting for your manifestation. That future where you are manifesting at your highest potential, it will not come to you by accident. It must come by intention. And that is why I'm saying that it is time for you to stop living by default. It is time for you to start living by design. The design that is inside of you were created with, and for you to begin to create and design the life of your dreams that takes you to a predetermined, desired future that you really, really want. And so I hope that you get to answer this call and we can do this together. Sometimes we hear these things and they are a bit overwhelming, but there is a way we can do this together. Please get into the course, get it into Beyond the Paycheck course, and let's begin to build your life. Let's begin to build the life of your dreams. Let's begin to design and to build the life of your dreams. And I really look forward to seeing you in Beyond the Paycheck course. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been an hour of an amazing 1 hour has gone past. As in, I was looking at the time, and the time was just flying. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for being here from the very beginning, even up until now. Thank you so much, Grace. Thank you, Peace. Thank you. I see all of you in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here. You guys have made this class absolutely worth the work. And I'm sure that you are leaving here not only motivated but inspired, but beyond inspiration, that you begin to take action. Go back and look at your notes about the five pillar framework that we have discussed, to begin to create a life by design, so that we'll stop living by default. And of course, I look forward to seeing you next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll have another session of the Advanced Lounge weekly live webinar. You can also join us on all our online platforms. We have online communities on Facebook, on Instagram, and right here on YouTube, on TikTok as well. Please join our online communities. Every day we are sharing enriching, engaging content to help you on your personal growth journey. Join us, and please invite others to join as well. The links are available. Please tap the link and join us. The communities are absolutely free on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. Right here, if you're on YouTube, please just tap the subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever we have our content put out. Thank you so much for being a part of this class. Thank you so much. Okay, Grace answered me. She put the question. Grace answered. She said, if your future self could speak to you today, what would it beg you to stop settling for? That was the question. Grace answered and said, her answer is, her future self will beg her to stop working just for an income. Thank you so much for sharing, Grace. I know all of us have our answers, and you need to ask yourself the hard questions and give yourself the right answers that will spur you into taking action. Thank you so much, Fernando. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. I had an amazing time. Sharing with you. I look forward to seeing you on our online communities. I look forward to seeing you next week, Thursday at 8 p.m. We'll have another edition of the Advanced and Weekly Live webinars. And also, I look forward to seeing you in Beyond the Paycheck course. Thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of this session tonight. My name is Tracy Akbera. I'm a personal success coach, and I'm wishing you a very, very good night. And always remember that I'm rooting for you to be more. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Good night, everybody.